The unexpected benefits of semen retention. Hello everybody, and welcome to Male Wisdom. I want to talk to you about the 5 most potent mental benefits of NoFap. Now, if you're not familiar with the term NoFap, it's a portmanteau for no pornography and masturbation. And what it refers to is giving up pornography and masturbation for an extended period to reap some pretty amazing rewards. Make sure to tune in, like this video, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future. Do you know what distinguishes men from boys? The answer is straightforward: discipline. Consider not letting go of your life power as entering immortal mode. The body will always go into self-management mode or immortality when the environment is unpleasant. This holds for all the undesirable self-development practices. You may try cold showers, exercise, fasting, and combat those persistent desires and addictions. These desires may appear challenging to resist because there is no intercourse or letting out of your seed. The body enters self-management mode to adapt to what is going on. Immortality entails absorbing life's energy and using it to power your body. Making the most use of your hormones, fueling your body with vitamins and minerals, and healing your central nervous system are all part of it. Opening up obstructed body barriers and lowering anxiety. It also entails being more macho, appealing, and self-conscious, and reproducing to be a powerful guy. A strong individual with a higher goal. Imagine a vibratory scale, with the man at the top filled to the overflowing with pure life-giving fluid, and the man at the bottom empty of all life, lazy, with no actual purpose, and wasting his time. Remember that your vital power is housed within your fluid. It contains everything you'll need to continue in this immortal habit. You're building muscle and strength. You are now in better physical shape. Your brain is operating at its peak performance level. Your ability to commit will improve as your self-assurance improves. My experience with sperm retention has shown me that a significant healing component to sperm retention affects you on multiple levels. You're recovering your rightful place in society as a man now that you've achieved some authority. This trip will have an impact on both your physical and psychological well-being. If you wish to experience these masculine health benefits as a male, you must break the PMO habit. When you partake in PMO, your cortisol, prolactin, dopamine, and norepinephrine levels all spike to harmful extremes. When you oversaturate your neurotransmitters, you may experience fatigue and a lack of energy. Simply making sperm demands a significant amount of energy from your body. This is why males should limit the number of times they release their seed, because every time a guy has to create sperm, the essence of his vital being is lost. Pornography addiction, or PMO, is a real problem that can significantly negatively impact your brain and overall health. When you're caught up in the addictive cycle of PMO, your brain is repeatedly flooded with dopamine, which leads to a decrease in dopamine receptors and an increase in sensitivity to chemicals like glutamate. This can lead to focus, concentration, motivation, and general resilience issues. In other words, dealing with discomfort and difficult situations makes it challenging. However, avoiding PMO and returning your neurotransmitters to a healthy level allows your brain to return to normal. You can now deal with discomfort better because your concentration and resiliency have improved. So, if you're struggling with PMO, know there is hope and you can get your life back on track. In addition, because the pressure to make sperm has been alleviated, you can now use your body's intrinsic energy resources to cure other portions of your body. Prolactin levels fall while androgen receptor levels grow. One of the most valuable assets a man owns is testosterone. Testosterone is required for your androgen receptors and many other processes in your brain and body. Over time, there will be a steady increase in muscle definition and fat loss. As your knowledge base grows, several guys have found that losing body fat has helped them define their jawline. When it comes to sexual performance, there are a lot of variables that can affect the outcome. Age, diet, stress levels, and overall health play a role. However, one factor that is often overlooked is the time between ejaculations. Studies have shown that sperm retention can have several benefits, including increased stamina, improved mental clarity, and an enhanced sense of well-being. As a result, many men are choosing to practice sperm retention to improve their sexual experience. While there is no hard and fast rule for how long to retain sperm, the consensus is that the longer you wait, the better you will feel. So, if you're looking for a way to boost your sexual performance, give sperm retention a try. You just might be surprised by the results. When you come across something that is sexually attractive, it can have an impact on your mental well-being. Studies have shown that excessive use of pornography can lead to brain degradation and rewiring. Pornography addiction can cause problems in areas of the brain responsible for memory, decision-making, and stress regulation. Additionally, pornography can alter how the brain responds to sexual arousal, making it more challenging to get aroused by real-life partners. In other words, pornography can hurt your mental health and well-being. If you think you may be addicted to pornography, it is important to seek help from a qualified professional. You can learn to manage your addiction and improve your overall mental health with treatment. The more you try to satisfy your desire, the greater it will become. You will also notice that your mental fog will worsen. A lack of sex exacerbates sadness, anxiety, and other difficulties. Just consider the life of men who fap all day. You can figure out who these folks are by understanding the repercussions. They resemble walking zombies. They can be found at work, family events, or wherever you go. Most men have talked to say they've been addicted to it since they were teenagers, as young as 14 years old, 15 years old, and even 11 years old. But here's the good news. If you stop taking these PMOs, you will feel more at peace. Things that were once vexing are now manageable and enjoyable. Your brain's frozen portion will likewise be liberated. You can finally move on with your life and catch up on all you've been missing. If you are highly addicted, you will notice significant results during your trip's first 90 to 180 days. One of my followers informed me of this, and I can still compare the before and after effects of my NoFap adventure. First and foremost, I was addicted at the time, and my focus was deteriorating, and my anxiety level was rising as I got increasingly dependent on videos. My first job after graduation was also challenging because of the mental fog and lack of confidence in social interactions. However, I achieved massive mental clarity by avoiding PMO. It was as if I had learned to fly above all the rain and thunder in the plain, peaceful air and sunlight high above. PMO is a coping method some men used when feeling stressed, anxious, or depressed. It releases dopamine in the brain, temporarily making the person happy. However, for some men, this coping mechanism has become an addiction. They cannot have intimacy with a real woman or cope with their problems without turning to PMO. This addiction can lead to erectile dysfunction, anxiety, and depression. It can also ruin relationships and cause the person to lose interest in activities they once enjoyed. If you think you may be addicted to PMO, it is essential to seek help from a therapist or counselor who can help you break the cycle. This is an unfortunate reality for some men. Let us suppose they failed an exam. What do you believe they do? Yes, they have returned to PMO and prawn. How do they deal with the stress if one of their family members has recently died of PMO? Because you haven't emotionally matured, you want the easy way out. Instead of attempting to solve the problem, many men in their late 20s and early 30s are still children at heart. They provide no male function. They are unable to set personal boundaries. If you're still indulging in PMO, know that it represents immaturity. Maturity is putting an end to this years-long vice that's hijacked your brain and turned you into a slave. It's time to take your life back. It's time to be the man you know you can be. It's time to put an end to PMO once and for all. This doesn't mean you have to become a monk or live a life of celibacy. But it does mean saying goodbye to the hours wasted glued to a screen fantasizing about women you'll never meet. It means valuing yourself enough to give your time and attention to things that are actually productive. It means putting an end to the self-destructive cycle of addiction and finally becoming the disciplined man you know you are. So, what are you waiting for? The time is now. Put an end to PMO and take back control of your life. Keep in mind what I said at the beginning of this video. Men and boys were segregated by discipline. With this discipline, you stop living in the fantasy of instant gratification and start demanding more from women and life. If you have a history of significant trauma, you may benefit from counseling to address your emotional concerns. This may take some time, but the spiritual, bodily, and mental aspects will be the most important now that you are dealing with the actual problem. Rather than relying on a coping strategy, lust is a sin that affects your entire spiritual landscape. Imagine seeing through a dirty camera lens. You'll have trouble seeing in the same manner when you're covered in uncontrollable lust. This impacts your relationship with God, other species, and the entire world. By abandoning PMO, when you remove the fog of want from your eyes, you will be able to take in more of what the world has to offer. Because you are not squandering your energy, you will be able to see clearly and find it easier to attract girls. Even babies will sense the energy within you. Every day of your life should begin with a loaded weapon that never runs out of power. In this video, I'm going to show you how to be better than 99% of men through semen retention. By following these simple steps, you'll be able to reach your highest potential in your life. Make sure to check this video out and be informed about this phenomenal thing.